It was a dark and silent night in a small village called Montana, Liberia. The moon was hidden behind thick clouds, and the stars refused to shine. The only sound was the gentle lapping of the river that flowed near the village. But something strange was happening, a whispering voice that no one could see, calling out from the water. People in Montana had always been careful near the river, especially at night. They said the river was alive with spirits, but no one believed the stories too much until that night. That night, a young man named Samuel, who loved to fish, ignored the warnings. He had heard about Mami Water, the water spirit who was both beautiful and deadly. But Samuel was brave and curious. He wanted to see if the stories were true. He took his fishing net and lantern and headed toward the river. As he stepped onto the muddy bank, he felt a cold wind blow past him. The river seemed darker than usual, and the water looked like a mirror, reflecting nothing but blackness. Suddenly, he heard a soft voice calling his name. Samuel. Samuel. He froze. The voice sounded sweet but also strange, like it was coming from deep inside the water. His heart pounded fast. He looked around, but no one was there. The voice called again, clearer this time. Come closer, Samuel. I have something for you. His eyes widened. Who was speaking? Was it a spirit? Or a trick? But the voice was so tempting, so beautiful, that Samuel couldn't resist. He stepped closer to the river's edge. Then, out of the dark water, a figure appeared. She was tall and graceful, with long black hair that shimmered like the surface of the river. Her skin was smooth and glowing, and her eyes shone with an unnatural light. She was dressed in a flowing dress made of water lilies. She looked at Samuel with a smile that was both inviting and frightening. Who are you? Samuel whispered, trembling. I am Mami Water, she said softly. I live in the river. I can give you riches, beauty, and happiness, if you just come with me. Samuel stared at her. Her voice was like music, but he remembered the stories his grandmother told him. Mami Water is dangerous. She can deceive you and take your soul. But the allure was too strong. The promise of a better life made him forget the warnings. He took a step forward. As he did, the water around her rippled and shimmered. The spirit extended her hand toward him, beckoning. Come, Samuel. Let me show you the world beyond your village. For a moment, Samuel hesitated. His mind was filled with images of wealth, the gold, the beautiful clothes, the happiness he dreamed of. But somewhere deep inside, a voice warned him, this is too good to be true. Still, curiosity won, and he reached out. As soon as he touched her hand, the world around him changed. The river's surface sparkled brightly, and the spirit's smile grew wider. Suddenly, Samuel felt himself pulled into the water. The coldness was like ice, and his body sank deeper and deeper. The river seemed to swallow him whole. He tried to scream, but no sound came out. The water was dark as ink, and he felt as if he was falling into a nightmare. Then, he saw her again, Mami Water, smiling with her gleaming teeth, her eyes glowing like fire. Welcome to my world, she whispered. You wanted riches, Samuel. Now, you belong to me. Samuel struggled, but her grip was strong. He realized too late that the stories were true. Mami Water was not a spirit to be trusted. She was a predator, beautiful but deadly. Back in the village, Samuel's family and friends searched for him all night. His mother, Amina, was crying and praying. She remembered the old stories told by her grandmother about Mami Water. Never go near the river at night, she warned. The spirit is waiting for someone foolish enough to come alone. But Samuel's curiosity had led him into danger. The villagers knew that once someone entered the river's realm, it was almost impossible to come back. The next morning, Samuel's boat was found floating near the riverbank, but Samuel himself was gone. Only his fishing net and lantern remained. From that day, the villagers kept away from the river at night. They warned their children, telling them about the spirit that could lure anyone with beauty and promises, only to trap them forever. 1 year later, a young girl named Mariama, who was known for her bravery, decided to find Samuel. She believed he was still alive somewhere in the water. She took her courage and went to the river at midnight, carrying a small mirror and a cross. As she approached, she saw the water shimmer. Suddenly, Mami Water appeared again, just like before. "Why are you here, little girl?" she asked, smiling. Mariama looked into the water and held up her mirror. "I know your tricks," she said boldly. "I am not afraid of you." Mami Water's smile faded. "You cannot defeat me," she hissed. "Stay away from my realm." But Mariama was determined. She threw her cross into the water, and it sank deep. The spirit recoiled, shrieking in anger. Mariama shouted, "You cannot trap us forever." The water rippled violently, and Mami Water disappeared with a roar. Mariama ran back to the village, but the story of her bravery spread far and wide. From that day, the villagers remembered that Mami Water was not just a story for children. She was real, and she was dangerous. They learned that curiosity and greed could lead to terrible danger. And every night, the river still whispers to those who are foolish enough to listen. The spirit waits, beautiful and deadly, for the next person to fall into her trap.